Yesterday I was gonna ask a question, but I didn't. There was anger during yesterday's sitting, and nobody asked anything. I thought, let me, but then I thought, I don't want to give this anger vibration after this. So let me just deal with it. So I kept quiet. So uh, yeah, yesterday's something happened, and there was food that was supposed to arrive, and I thought it will just come. And I told mom that just get the food, and and he kept calling, and I was really angry. Why you disturbing me at this point of time?
Mm,
And I didn't tell him anything. And then he was outside the door, and he called again. He didn't press the doorbell. He
mm,
called again, and then I said, "Why you? Why?" I said, "Go press the bell." I told mom to give you the tip and take the food, but uh, he couldn't find the doorbell. I didn't say anything. I just went there. I pressed the doorbell, so he saw. Oh, I see. He didn't knock, and I was like, why didn't he knock? Why didn't he? I was kind of angry. And this just half an hour. Can't you just leave me alone for this time? And then mom was like, aren't you gonna have this? I said, no, no. I told you I won't. So yeah, the whole time I was really like, why was I getting disturbed? Just this half an hour, just let me be alone, no. uh,
mm.
but so this vibration was really heartbeat was going strong. And then yeah, slowly things pass away. But I thought I'll share that, but I thought it might not be the right place.
Yeah, no, I
uh,
mean, that's a very real situation because, like, let's say I am watching a movie. In this case, you are in the meditation, and let's say it's a movie
yeah,
which I'm really enjoying, and I get
yeah,
disturbed, you know. So the movie is so dear to me, my enjoyment is so dear to me, and then this disturbance happens at just the wrong time, and anger
yeah,
arises.
yes,
So even that is a natural phenomenon because
yeah,
isn't it obvious that if there's something you cherish and you get disturbed in the middle of that, anger will arise.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So there's no problem with that at all.
I was thinking of your example of a girl after 12 years, she smashed the door.
Yes.
And I don't get angry usually, and this happened after quite some time. So
Yeah.
it was a
Correct.
difference. It was something hiding inside, and it just burst out. Uh, yeah,
And also, you see, there are various factors which are seen and unseen which result in this outburst. It could be, now, for example, for women, it could be the time of the periods, okay, where
yeah,
there's a collective pain body, as Eckhart says. There are
mhm,
so many factors like, the phases of the moon, the hormonal imbalances, what's happening in our life in other spheres, they're all contributing factors. So it's impossible to reach a conclusion as to why did this outburst happen if it has not happened for some time so far.
yeah, yes,
So the only difference is that we accept it happened, it was unexpected, but it happened. And
yeah,
we don't get sucked into this drama that it should not have happened because I've not got angry for a long time, how did I suddenly get angry, and so on and so forth. It
yes,
just shows that very little is in our control.
true,
The difference is that uh, you know once the incident is over, there is
mhm,
no baggage carried of involvement as far as any character in this incident is concerned. So there's no blame and condemnation of this guy,
yeah,
uh, even though in the moment there may have been as a reaction in the moment of anger, but immediately the teaching kicks in and you realize that this entire chain of events was not in your control, nor is the
yes,
intelligence of this delivery boy in his control, and so on and so forth.
yeah,
So although this may kick in after the incident, it still kicks in. For the ordinary person, it won't kick in if they are not exposed to the teaching. Let's say they will
yes,
continue, like, telling their friends that this guy, this company is so stupid, they send this stupid guy, he rang my
mm,
doorbell, he couldn't see my doorbell. All that gets cut off.
yeah, yeah,
That is what happens. You see, the involvement in the story and the drama and blaming people and accusing people, including yourself, that drops away. You may
Yes,
still
yes,
feel regret that, damn, I mean, I thought I had done away with this issue and it came up again, and you feel like a bit dejected.
yeah,
Even that feeling can arise, but it ends there. You don't get into this kind of whirlpool of why did this happen, this should not have happened, and so on and so forth.
yes. It happens later. Yes, yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's something funny happened to me also. In fact, a few days ago, I had given an expensive pair of shoes. The sole had come off and it just had to be stuck.
Hmm.
And my guy who got it didn't realize that this cobbler, his gum leaked onto the top of my shoe and it didn't
Oh.
go. And it was so obvious, so obvious. I was surprised that my guy didn't see it. Then I asked for the cobbler, he dialed the cobbler. And I was talking very nicely to the cobbler that, I can't understand, if you've been a cobbler and you have experience, how has this happened?
Hmm.
Till the point where he said that, what's the big deal? In Hindi, he said, kya farak padta hai?
Oh.
And then, I mean, I
Okay.
I told him, if you feel that way, in Hindi, I said, I'll return the shoes to you. I don't want these shoes, and you can put them on your head, or you can burn them, or do what you want with them. You see, so the
Oh.
trigger was when the person did not accept it, did not
Hmm.
accept the
Yeah.
mistake, made light of the situation,
Hmm.
and this was my reaction. And it ended there. I didn't go on and on. I just, that's what came out. He was very surprised, I think. And immediately he said, Meri galti hai, or whatever. I said, anyway, it's too late. That happened. Now, his shop is outside my office building. So, since the
Yeah.
situation was unresolved for me, I went on the way out to his shop, which my driver
Hmm.
showed me where it was. He was sitting there. I approached him. I said, see, I just want you to know I'm the guy who you spoke to, and these were an expensive pair of shoes. And my feeling is that if you didn't have the experience, you should not have taken the job in hand. And he
Yeah.
very
Nice.
politely replied, and he said, I agree with you completely. And I said, if you've given the shoes away, it's fine, because I had said I don't want them because I truly can't wear them because there's a big stain on the top. So he
Hmm.
hadn't given it away. He pulled it out. He showed me the stain. He said, I'm trying to do something with it. I'm trying to put color. So I said, see, it's not going to work. So it's okay now. It's gone. It's gone. And he said, no, please give me 3 days. And if I can't solve it in 3 days, then I'll give it back to you. I said, I don't want it back. If you can't solve it, give it to a needy person or
Yeah.
whoever you want, because I will not be wearing these, because it's really ridiculous that on the right shoe there's a big blob and the left one is fine.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you see, what would happen, Aritra, is a person involved in this situation of anger may not the next day go and have a decent conversation with the guy, because he may hold
Yes.
on to the anger and said, how dare he, how could he have said that, or the person could go and again start firing the guy the next day.
Yeah.
That is also involvement. So with the teaching, whatever is meant to arise in the moment will still arise, because we are human beings and we have decades of conditioning behind us. Sometimes we just can't control it, no matter what our spiritual development. But even that
True.
has to be allowed and let go of. And we will come to know whether subsequently from that incident, are we really involved or have we dropped it afterwards?
Yes. Beautiful.
That's basically it. So
Yes.
it's actually a myth that, let's say in an enlightened being or awakened being, anger will not arise. Our rishis used to give curses when they were angry, but those curses set off a series of events which were destined to happen. So nothing can
Yeah.
really be controlled that way. It is the involvement which does not happen.
Yes. I surely was involved, but later I did realize that it should not have happened, but the involvement was there, and it
Yes.
doesn't usually happen. I don't usually get angry. I just let go, but that time something just burst from inside. Something that I couldn't see at the time. Only
Yeah.
later I knew about it. So
One astrologer had told me now years ago that even so called calm people, he said, I don't remember which planets he said, maybe Rahu or Mars or something. He said there will be a
Mhm.
phase in their life when these planets enter a specific house and they will find themselves getting angry when it's not their nature to get angry. He said even that happens, which actually
Yeah.
proves my point even further, that it's really not in our control.